Me and my mind were doing just fine in our own fantasy. I don't wanna be suffer.
Peace and love, sisters, ladies. This is Cece Shauna Murray Brown of the Usisi Circle here, just giving you some tips on how to release negative energy and forgive people even if they're no longer present in your life. And I just thought that this was really important to address because oftentimes when we think about forgiveness, we think that it must involve all the people involved. And that is absolutely not the case. When we really think about life, right? Relationships end and evolve. And so if someone did something to hurt you, they may not be in a position where they are willing to forgive or where they're willing to do the work to really heal that relationship. Or it could just mean that you two are on two completely different pages. And the real thing that you need to do is to sever that relationship and go on about your merry way. And all of that is absolutely okay. What's not okay is holding on to negative energy, hurt feelings, traumatic experiences because you feel that if the other person isn't invested in healing that relationship, then you don't need to either. I can't tell you how many sisters I've had in the circle space, and they're like, "Well, Sister Shauna, they ain't apologized, so I'm not doing that." And what I try to really express with the sisters, and what I'm going to make sure that I try to express with you, is that no, it's all on you, young sister. It's all on you, my sister. Walking into your womanhood or just, healing from things is just an integral part in making sure that those things don't creep up on you later in life. And so I'm going to give you 5 steps to implement in order to let go and move on. But before I talk about all of that, you really need to make sure that you're in your own safe space, sacred space, whatever that means for you. I do recommend that you do this on your own or in a sister space, with other women that are maybe focusing on the same things are going to help you, process what your emotions are. For me, it's outside. I feel most safe, most at one with myself, and most able to really look into the truth of the matter when I'm outside. And if it's not there, then it may be in my private space at home. And so now that we have that done, all of the things that I'll be expressing are things that I'm suggesting you do in your journal. Use whatever color pen you want, whatever notebook you have, composition book or otherwise, and really, write these things out. Many times, sisters do this in letter form, or you could just do it in a journal form or whatever you'd like. And so the first thing that I suggest that you do is address the issue. What is the problem, young sister? What is bothering you on the inside? What is that thing that every time you think about it, you feel away, and it's just not what's up. So identify the issue. That's the first thing. The second thing, acknowledge feelings and emotions attached to that issue. Are you angry? And then what is deeper in that anger? Is it hurt? Is it betrayal? Do you feel like you had a lack of trust? Do you feel like you were disrespected? What are the feelings there? Acknowledge them. We are human, and you are able to feel whatever it is that you do. It's what makes us so powerful and so human. So that's the second thing. Acknowledge your feelings and emotions. The third thing, okay, who done it? Who done it? Write a letter to the person. Acknowledge it. What is their name? Who is it? When did it happen? Okay? Where were they at the time? And not physically where were they? Well, where were they in their development? Were you 15 years old in high school, or were you, 27 years old in a workspace? Where were you in your development? Were you able to identify some of the things that you needed to do in order to have a healthy relationship or not? Were there things happening in their family that might have had an impact on whether or not they were able to really move forward? Address all of those things. And when you're talking about who done it. And then the fourth part is forgive. So after you've written this thing out of what happened, who done it, where it was, how you felt, and you're literally writing, I acknowledge or I forgive you for. forgive. Don't forget. Don't forget. Don't get it twisted. We're not forgetting here, but we are forgiving. Forgiving meaning acknowledging that it happened, acknowledging where that person was, and deciding that you're no longer going to walk forward in your life carrying that negative energy. You are too cute for that. Ain't nobody got time for that, all right? You want to be able to really walk into your womanhood not carrying the residue of some negative energy. And if they did mean it, okay. They don't deserve to be in your life space. If they didn't mean it, then forgive them and keep it moving. Forgive yourself, not just them, yourself. I know that many sisters may I can't even believe that I let myself get in that situation. Acknowledge where you are in your development. What were you going through at the time? What things did you do wrong in the situation? Be upfront, because it's going to be in your journal. Ain't nobody got to see it but you. And last but not least, acknowledge the lesson. The lesson. If you ain't figured out the lesson yet, I challenge you to identify what lesson you found from that. What did you learn from that experience? What will you never do again in life? Because you already been there, done that. And the lesson is so important because this will be your time to really share that with your sisters. Share that with your friends. Share that with the young ones that will come after you. And just to ensure that others don't have to experience the same things that you have. That's the power of sisterhood, all right? And so with all of that, I'll do a really quick list. And that's getting your safe space, your private space with your journal and your music, Acknowledge the issue. Acknowledge the feelings and emotions attached to it. Acknowledge the people who done it. Forgive, but don't forget. And acknowledge the lesson. All right? Thank you so much for all of your attention. I hope to see you on Facebook. Or please go to www.theuccircle.org if you have any further questions for me. Peace and love.
I'll never be greater than he, but I believe.